not online yet. Sue hasn't gone on. You're stuck with me.
I am. I should be live now.
She says she should be live now. So if you want to jump over on Sue's channel, you certainly may. Go right ahead.
Right, so our lovely guest is just finishing dinner. She'll just be on after, so I'll call her when she's ready. Okay, let me just tell her that. Let me know when you...
Robin's doing a 16-hour fast. Now, how does that work, Robin? Tell us how that works. Does that mean you eat this evening, or you're allowing yourself to eat at certain times every day? I'm curious, because there are different ways of doing this. So tell us.
Can you turn off the telly, sweetheart?
Or turn it up, one or the other.
Yeah, you don't want to know about some terrible program about depressing stuff.
I've
only seen it once. Hi, guys! I've got... Hello,
Yay.
Deborah!
You're definitely on.
I'm definitely on. I don't know where my chat box has gone then.
Well...
Oh! Leanne, hello, Deborah, hi, Violet, Mary Beth, Vivian, hi, Deborah, 2 Deborahs. Oh no, she said 2 things. I'm as sharp as a razor tonight, obviously.
That's okay. As long as we get it to work, it really doesn't matter.
I know.
Right? We're still 4 minutes. We're still 4 minutes early. We're not even. Yeah.
I know. And I've got 26 gorgeous lovelies on. Hi V, how you doing, babes? Lovely to see you.
I'm up to 3.
Yee. Where's Debs? I was talking to Debs actually for hours today, this evening, which is really nice.
She said she was giving it another run today.
Yes, she is. She is. She's finding it a bit difficult because she needs fat, doesn't she, for her sleep apnea? Or she gets really tired or something like that?
I think she's got some significant medical issues that she's working through. So, I think everybody's different, right?
He's just popped up. Hi, Debs. Hi, Lawrence and Claudia. Hi, Paula. Hi, Gidget and Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea. Wink calls me Sweet Pea.
I don't have a Sweet Pea. I want a Sweet Pea on my channel, too. They're all leaving me. They're going to your channel. They don't love me.
Hi, Cole. Hi, Julie. Hi, Susie. Hi, y'all. Okay. They're all saying hi to us, so Dinny Woody. Hi, Karen. Yeah, Wink started calling me Sweet Pea, actually, in your barn doll. And it's
really?
Yes, he just...
You got a nickname in Texas?
Yeah, Sweet
I
Pea.
assigned the nicknames in Texas.
Sorry, you haven't given me a nickname yet, have you?
That's my job. Wait a minute. That's not right.
I know. Oh, hang on, I did... You know when you type a message and then you just don't press the send button and you think you sent a message? Hi, Alina. Hi, Violet. Alina's saying hi to you as well.
Hello.
Oh my goodness, Leanne, the lovely Leanne, who sent, in fact, Wink's actually playing his cigar box guitar quietly in the corner. That's what you may or may not
Tell him to plug that amp in and crank it up. We need some background music.
Yeah, plug that amp in and crank it up, babes.
No, I'm learning how to play Wish You Were Here.
Oh, he's learning how to play a song at the moment, quietly.
Okay, because he's a rock and roll star. I mean, these guys just get going at midnight, right? I mean, it's,
Yeah, something like that.
We want to jam in the background.
Jamming in the background. He's watching a video and playing at the same time.
Well, we'll try not to bother him too much since he's staying up with us for a little while tonight.
Yeah, he's staying
up.
But
cool.
The lovely Leanne, who sent the cigar box to us, she's saying, Chuck went to the doctor 2 days ago. Doctor told him he needed to lose 50 pounds, pre-diabetic, AC1 was 6. I have, hang on, that's just whizzed up. I have everything here for myself, but now he's got to get on board with me. Follow up in 6 months. Excellent. We can help him, can't we, Dr. Gilmore?
Oh, well, absolutely.
You want to get him on this channel and get him learning all this. And, well, actually, you can help him as well, can't you? It's not fantastic that he's had that diagnosis, but absolutely wonderful that you know what to do.
Right. Well, I mean, an A1C of 6.1, 6.2, 6.3. I mean, we're talking early really pre-diabetes in some cases, I like to go ahead and get people on medicine. If they're not going to go whole food plant-based, I like to go ahead and start treating them as soon as they get over 6, because my my experience with patients that become pre-diabetic is it's just a matter of time before they get there, and there's no sense waiting until the horse is out of the stable or out of the barn, right? Let's go ahead and start treating it now. Let's keep that A1C down, and Absolutely, Leanne, absolutely. So I don't know who does the grocery shopping in your house, but I guess we're going to be slinging that meat out and getting the whole foods in, and protecting his health and being a support to him as well. It'd be wonderful if he let us know what his other labs were, like his kidney function, his renal function, and it'd be very interesting to see what that looks like, because if he's been existing on a typical Western diet, which includes meat 3 to 4 times a day, chances are his kidneys are suffering too. And now with this pre-diabetes or diabetes diagnosis, he's more at risk of developing kidney problems down the line. So yeah. So have you got any more stats for us, Leanne? Let us know. Tracy's saying I'm looking gorgeous. Love my new blue nails. In fact, these nails, I had them done the day before we flew to Texas. That's how long they've lasted. Look how much they've grown. Need a little filler there, right? I know, yeah. We're having Christmas with my parents because they're going to Australia to spend it with the first Christmas of their granddaughter. And so they're flying off on the 12th, so we're having an early Christmas tomorrow. Oh, awesome. And we're going for a curry, and my dad has arranged for the restaurant, because there's nothing really vegan in an Indian place, so they cook everything in ghee. But they're going to cook me a special vegan meal. How cool is that? That's awesome. That's really cool. Is. Debs is saying fat for narcolepsy for brain power. That's what and that's saying. True for anyone who fasts. The first day, we talked about before, we deplete our glycogen storage, which is our sugar storage in our liver. So the day before, as long as you aren't on a string of fasting days, then your first day fasting, you're not getting fat yet. You're getting glycogen. You're getting stored sugar from your liver on the first day. If you go into the second day of a fast, that's when your body has depleted all that sugar that's stored in the liver, and then you go into burning fat, and a little bit of sugar comes from other places. Right. Okay. Lots of love for you here, and everyone saying hi to you. Here. Have you got any more stats for us, Leanne? That would be fantastic. Let me just see what's happening with our guests. And so I got another message from Debs too, and she was having a lot of trouble earlier on with her fasting, and she's saying she's doing much better today than earlier in the week. She did have a little snack of celery and a small amount of hummus. Probably not enough to break the fast, but it probably helped. Hey, Cor, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, you guys can be on either channel. I'm more than happy to share viewers. It's no big deal. I just like being a part of this. I think it's awesome, and it doesn't matter to me if you all watch it on Sue's channel. I'm okay either way. Either way. We've got big channels, and so I'll share the video, the views. Wait, Real Ruler 2112 says, scientifically speaking, celery is actually in the plywood family. Is it really? That's great. I love it. Best plywood ever. Do you know what I was saying? Pressure-treated kind, right? Pressure-treated celery tonight. Yes, that's right, yeah. Tomorrow we're going to have heat-treated cucumber. Yes, that's right. I actually was so hungry today. I was in the post office sending out some of Wink's Buzz CDs to some people that have ordered them, and good. I went to my green. Yeah, I know. That's awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. It's really awesome. I'm really pleased for Wink. Yeah. So I went into my greengrocers because they give me loads of stuff for the pigs. And I bought some lovely fruits and stuff for tomorrow for when I'm eating again. And I thought, why don't you just get some celery and some cucumber soup just in case? Just in case, yeah. But, it's outside the back door. I haven't.
So Leanne is saying she does the shopping. He is the meat eater like Wink. I have my greens and my shake mixes, proteins, etc. His big problem, he puts way too much sugar in everything.
Well, the truth of the matter is if we can eliminate the animal products, and we don't want to eat refined sugars, right? We want to eat whole foods as best possible, but a little bit of table sugar, your body can handle just fine if you're a whole food plant-based for the most part. And if you remember sugar cane, you just chew a sugar cane, you get the same sucrose. I mean, it technically isn't that bad for you. Where it becomes a problem is if you're also eating a lot of animal products, and then you start pouring on the refined carbs and lots of starches, then your body really has the 1-2 punch, and it's going to start making fat like crazy and making you feel drained, tired, all of that. So
so she says she can give us the blood works once she gets his labs back. He's fasting. Excellent start. Well done. Pat on the back. That's brilliant. And he's getting his labs tomorrow. Goes in at 7:30 a.m. I should have them back by next week. So she hasn't got any more labs, but we will look forward to the update there. Absolutely.
Okay, so I've got Karen saying she's got, I'm on the iPad and you're on the iPhone, so she's on both channels. And that's what I'm talking about right there. That's dedication.
Yeah, that is. Right, Leanne wants to know how to get on your site. Right, I'm just going to put it's Dr. Gilmore, MD, and then vignettes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's slash, no, you just run it all together. That's right. It's youtube.com/John Gilmore MD vignettes if you wanted to come over to my channel. But that's so complicated. If it's on your channel, I mean, it's okay. Unless you want to try to be on both, which would be
I always go on both for some reason and then don't look at them most.
We like our power viewers. Power viewers watch both channels simultaneously and then can respond to all. That's the one thing that we don't share is we don't share the comments on, and I wish we did.
Yeah,
that would be awesome because if we could share the comments, that would be fun. Let's see. Your Violet says her doc's got her scheduled for glucose test, breathing test, mammogram, and colon test. I'm like, are you sure that's it? I still need to test to see what my ovarian mass is doing and still want and then she ran out of space. Wow, that's a lot of tests. So breathing test. Okay, so respiratory, pulmonary function test, I'm guessing. Mammogram, colon, all of that. Wow. Power viewer here. Robin's got split screen going. Love it.
Fantastic. That's amazing. Right. Alina, she made a funny comment that we could use rice cake for the walls with our MDF celery. But she's also said, are there any fruits or veg that we should worry about?
For whole food plant? No. If you stick to the 80-10-10, which I think your guest was going to talk about tonight, is that right? Or is that Monday? Your Monday guest.
Our Monday guest is one of the world's leading raw vegan chefs, so she's going to give us loads of information. I'm super
pumped up about her coming on because I really want to get more into the fruits and vegetables and steer myself away from the grains because as a breadaholic, I'm still having a lot of issue there. Gluten test. Okay. So Core says something very interesting, and I heard about this yesterday, and I'm really fascinated by this. In New York State, I believe NYS, you mean New York State, they fax all the prescriptions to only one pharmacy, and they don't care about the price. I think that is just insane. You have to pick one pharmacy like for the year, and that's it? I mean, you can't change pharmacies, Core? I'm just like, wow, this doesn't make any sense. I know here if you have a prescription at a pharmacy and you want to transfer it, you can transfer it to another pharmacy if you want, but that's really weird. Yeah, how odd is that?
Talk about
We're still doing our big fight against the this overcharging of our seniors, and I had a number of patients today that I had discussions with about that. I know that's kind of off topic for us, but we had our big thing with, some things that happened at a pharmacy with a patient being sent home without her medications, and so that's another video. But it keeps coming up because it's a real hot topic, and it's a real important topic. And I know you guys don't have this problem there, Sue, because your healthcare system doesn't. Everything, all the prices are all set. We have a different system, of course, and so what we're finding is that people are going in with insurance, and it doesn't matter whether it's a Medicare or Medicaid or it's a commercial insurance, or they're going into their pharmacies. But what's happening is the pharmacies are trying to get paid by the insurance company, and they're trying to get paid a lot more money, so they're neglecting to tell the patient that if they just pay cash, it's just a few bucks. And so they're getting these really high bills, or getting really high copays, and we're trying to fight against that. So, wow, that's really amazing to me. Wow, I'm wondering if how they get away with that without the Federal Trade Commission not stepping in and saying something about that. Anyway, let's get back. We need to have more discussions about some of this other stuff too. And but tonight let's stick with eating and healthy stuff. And I know pharmaceuticals are important, but in fact, I was listening to a radio show the other day going somewhere, and there's actually somebody that's running ads here in Houston. Telling people if they have type 2 diabetes, come to their seminar. They'll teach you that they can reverse it and make it completely go away. And all they're doing is a whole food plant-based diet. That's it. That's all you have to do is switch over to a whole food plant-based diet, and your type 2 diabetes should go away. And it's amazing that we're not getting that message out there, but I think But I think we are getting the message out there, because the truth of the matter is most of us, we're either dealing with diabetes or we're pre-diabetic. And if you're a whole food plant-based, you can avoid all of that completely. So. Anyway, the only problem is some of you have type 2 diabetes, and it's progressed to the point where you're needing insulin, which is basically just pouring fuel onto the fire. So because you're already hyperinsulinemic, and the problem is you're so resistant to your own naturally circulating insulin, you're having to put more insulin in to make things work, when in fact your problem is severe insulin resistance that's being caused by animal proteins. Isn't that right, Sue?
That's right.
Take it away.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. So we've got...
Leanne came over to spend time with me. She says that to tell you that she's not a traitor.
Leanne! Oh, I hope you can hear your guitar box being played in the background here.
Leanne, you either channel's fine. If you have a question, please. And by the way, if anybody has a question and you want to email me your question, you don't want to do it here live, that's fine. You can email me. My email, I'm going to put it in mine, but it's easy to find. It's not a secret. John Gilmore, MD at mac.com. And I just typed it in my list here. So if you feel like you want to just send me a message, a question, I will do my best to answer it in a generic form so that it cannot be construed as medical advice. And every now and then we get some interesting ones, and we like to share those. So, but I wouldn't do that without you saying it's okay. Violet's talking about HEB. We have a grocery store chain in our area. Did you ever go over to HEB when you were here, Sue?
HEB?
HEB.
I don't think she did.
No. Oh, hi! I got to give a hug.
Whoop! And he's gone for a hug.
How are you? Thanks for coming. We're live. We're doing.
Hi!
You got the DW.
How you doing, Jill?
How are you?
There's a Wink here.
Christina's visiting. There's Wink.
Yay! I'm really well. How you doing, Jill?
Wink's wait.
Where's my decorating friend?
There he is.
Oh, did you show him my Christmas tree? I just turned the lights on.
Oh, turn the lights on.
Oh, well, you saw the pictures.
You saw the pictures.
She's got Grinch stuff.
Ready to see the Christmas tree. Wait, let me get out of the way, and you guys can see the Christmas tree.
Woo!
Christmassy.
Oh, that's amazing.
Very Christmassy, isn't it?
It is very Christmassy.
We're not very Christmassy here yet.
I'll do the old. My editors do this. Thumbs up if you like the Christmas tree.
Excellent.
All right, I'm sitting back down. I'm actually sitting. Hey, Deb says hi.
Hi, Deb. Hi.
You're getting highs from Christina and the DW. You ever read? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. But the DW worked her last day at the clinic today. She was terminated for being overly affectionate with the provider.
No, I quit.
You quit.
I'm reporting her to the nursing board for inappropriate behavior.
Excellent.
We expect Gumpy Jean will be back on Monday. She has her doctor's appointment tomorrow where we're hoping she'll be released to come back to work, and I know she's ready to get back to work. So.
Right, Wink's about to go to bed, and he has something to show you, Jack.
Jack, this is my new guitar. This is my new guitar slide. It's a 50 cal.
Hey, that is all right.
It's excellent.
I think you need one with the actual round still in it, but hey, well,
I won't be able to get my finger in that.
50 caliber, huh? We didn't fire a 50, did we?
No. Have you got a 50?
No, we didn't fire a 50. I don't have I used to have one of the Eagles, one of the Desert Eagles.
Desert Eagle.
Yeah, I used to have one of those. I had a whole set of the Desert Eagles. I sold them all, but I had the 357, the 44 Magnum, the 357 Magnum, and then the 50 ACP. I had them all. They were a lot of fun, but I decided when I pared down my collection that I would get rid of those. But I kind of wish I'd kept the 44. But anyway, doesn't matter. I like what I have. So
you'll have to get one for next time we come over.
Oh, Violet says that last video that we did, we were both very professional. I think that was a compliment. I try not to be professional. I try to be unprofessional and have fun in my videos, but, You
do good. I like the one with the face. That was really good.
Wasn't that good? That turned out to be such an awesome. I really when he came in, he had 2 visits. He came in the first time, and let's see, it was what was his name? What was his nickname?
Homer.
Homer, yeah, Homer.
And
so he came in like last week, and he had these spots all over the place, and he had a little draining abscess, and I got into his history, and he had this history of MRSA, and I said, okay, the reason you keep getting these is you have methicillin-resistant Staph aureus, and the reason he said, well, I keep taking medicine, but it keeps coming back. I said, well, that's because MRSA lives in your nose. It lives there.
Oh, God.
So you have to stick some ointment up your nose every night. And we had other patients that we've had to teach them to do this. You put the mupirocin ointment in your nose, and it eradicates the staph, and so you stop getting the staph infections. So I had to get him started on all that. We made a little video about that, but had that spot on his cheek. I said, I don't have enough time to do everything, so let's get you back for this one. I'll need more time, right? So he came back in the other day, and I thought it was going to be a lipoma. I thought that was going to be a lipomatous cyst, and it wasn't. As you saw, as we opened it up, it just went kablooey. And so you never know when they're rubbery like that, whether it's got a liquid content and it's a cyst, or whether it was a lipoma or not. But in his case, it turned out to be an epidermoid cyst, and it was really an interesting one.
Yeah,
it was not the cause of his cyst. I don't know, Debs. You just don't know.
Yeah, very smelly.
And Marge wasn't her real name either. So
no. Anyway,
Wink, good to see you, my friend.
Okay, I'll go to bed now.
You're still having fun with the boxes.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, he is.
Hopefully the next time I send out a big box to you guys, I can put some extra cigar boxes in there, because I've got some nice ones, some really nice, like cherry wood and stuff that you can have.
Wow.
I've been collecting them for years. I've got lots of cigar boxes. They sell them at the store up here. They sell them for $1.25, empty cigar boxes. And I thought, you can put anything in a cigar box. I want a cigar. So I started collecting them. And once I start collecting something, it becomes sort of this passion. I mean, I collect coffee cups, but only ones from places I've been. I do collect the cigar boxes and other things too. It's just, I like to collect things. I don't know why, but I sort of do. So anyway, next time I send you you guys a box, hopefully it'll be a bigger box, and we're still waiting on those international priority mail boxes, the larger size, to come in, but I'll try to slip a cherry cigar box in there for you.
Nice big, but it needs to be big.
Oh, we'll see. Yeah. You never know.
Excellent. Thank you.
Well, you do smoke big cigars.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying. I only occasionally now. I don't have my cigar smoking pal with me anymore. So Ever since Wink went back, it's sort of like, it's not as much fun anymore.
Well, we'll have to smoke them online together.
Yeah. We'll
have to have a live cigar smoking.
Yeah. Hang on, I've got one
we'll call it the aficionado channel. Well,
the aficionado channel.
Sunday afternoon cigar smoking. That's good.
I've got one here.
There you go. Leanne says that's why every time you go in the hospital and you're admitted, they swab your nose. That's exactly right. Hey, there we go. Now, what kind is that?
Cuban one.
It's a Cuban. All right.
Yeah,
I had a Cuban. Even the DW doesn't mind the way the Cubans smell, but they usually have a really interesting tapered tip. So you only have to remove a little piece of it, and they don't have that horrible cigar smell. Yeah, it looks good though. Nice.
Is that a wedding present? Did someone give that to you as a wedding present?
No,
Cuba.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, they went to Cuba for their wedding anniversary, for honeymoon even, and bought it back.
It used to be you had to smuggle them in, and I've had some cigars in the past that and I shouldn't admit it, that I know at some point had been smuggled in. This was before things kind of opened up with Cuba. Now we can buy them. Now they're legal, so they actually. I'm happy for the people in Cuba because they make the finest cigars in the world. At least I think so. And I'm glad to see the benefits of a free economy helping the Cuban people, because they are great people and they deserve better. I mean, the buildings are literally crumbling in Cuba. They're still driving vehicles from the 50s, and
they look cool.
And I hope in the future that we can bring more freedom to the great people of that island. And here we are in this country. We're starting to embrace more socialism. And in their country, they've suffered under socialism for so long. I'm glad to see that they're actually getting the doors opened and more free trade. So, okay. How's that for exciting? You guys,
machine is.
You're moving around a lot. Where are you going?
You just but mine has a case. You don't.
Right. Okay, that's fine. I've just got a new Mac and it's burning my legs. It's so.
Oh, that gets hot.
On account of the fact
hot. Yeah.
On account of the fact that my Mac is still in the repair shop since Susan borrowed it.
Yeah, he smashed his machine and he's been all sad. Right, well, while we've been talking cigars, I'm just going to go through a couple of things, messages, and then we have our guest is here, so I'll give her a call in a second. Night, darling, I'll see you. See you tomorrow, sweetheart.
Good night, Wink.
Good night.
Lots of people have said good night to you before. Sherry's laughing. Okay, all right then. Will you shut the door because it will get cold in here soon. Thank you. Tracy says, have you thought about running an academy for food, health, etc.? You would be fantastic. So that's what Tracy said. And I should run
for you. I think you could do that.
Oh,
here's your friend. Good. Let's get your friend on.
Yeah. How do I answer that then?
There should be a big flashing thing or something.
Well, it is flashing on my phone, but not on here.
Oh, Karen LeBlanc's got over 250 keychains. She's a keychain collector.
Right, Chrissy, add to call, Chrissy. If I just press add.
Sue, if you want, you can give her my Skype, and she can. I'll bring her in if you need me to. It's not a problem.
I think she might be here. Then I have to go on to camera, don't I, and add her.
Oh, she is here.
Hello.
Chrissy Bug 76-1. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Hang on, I'm just fighting with technology as usual.
She's in on mine.
Yes! She's in on mine.
Everybody that wants to see Chrissy, leave Sue's channel immediately and come to my channel and you'll see her.
No.
She's here. She's here. She's here. Welcome. Lovely to see you. And thank you so much for contacting me and asking if you could share your story, because it's phenomenal. So you should introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about you and where you've got to.
Hang on a sec. Before, are you on a phone?
I am.
Can you turn it sideways?
Sure.
There you go. Now, so you went from a little skinny to normal, like
well,
like
I'm
the rest
going
of the
back
picture.
then.
Right,
Yeah.
I can only, on my channel, we can only see half her face for some reason.
No, I got the whole thing here.
Oh, I've just
I
figured
see her. We see her, don't we, guys? Everybody on my channel, we see her, right?
Oh, yes, I can see her, definitely. That's cool. That's cool. Cool.
Yeah, if you're on a phone, if you could back that phone away from you about 2 more inches, there we
perfect.
go.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Perfectamundo.
Okay, I'm going to shut up now.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, great. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me come on and tell my story. I'm a vegan baby, as I like to call it. I'm pretty new to it, 4 months only. So my name's Chrissy, and I'm 42 years old. And I guess this whole thing started, I'm a chronic pain patient and have been for 20 plus years. At 12 years old, I had developed scoliosis. And through the years, I had many surgeries on my back. 18, I had a spinal fusion where they put in Harrington rods. Those were never supposed to come out. And at 22, I developed something called a serine cyst in T1, T2 of my spinal cord. And because of that, they had to remove all of my rods and such all the hardware out of my back. So all the work they had done putting them in only took them about 8 hours to put the rods in. It took them about 14 to get them out because they had to cut so many muscles and nerves. They just did a tremendous amount of damage when they did that. And that's really when my chronic pain began, and it was bad. It was really bad. I developed like a disc disease from that, and honestly, with all the major trauma of the nerves and the muscles, I became pretty much immobile for about a year.
Wow.
And got fat. I mean, I really put on probably 60, 70 pounds. I really put on some weight.
Did you have an enabler? Can I ask you that? Did you have somebody that was bringing you food? Because you were pretty much stationary, right?
I was.
Yeah.
I was. Yeah, I was. I really did. And, I mean, bless their heart, they didn't know what to do. They were
they just wanted to help. We get that. Yeah, we don't. But I find a lot in these situations when somebody has gotten sick and they can't really get up, that we tend to show our love by overfeeding.
Yes.
And that's why I asked. Yeah.
Yep. No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. So amongst that, what the heck is that? My phone just made a noise. I apologize.
That's okay.
I developed, just from the trauma of the back, I just developed a neuropathy. From the weight, I developed bursitis in my hips. My knees got bad. My circulation got really bad in my legs. I had something called reflex dystrophy, which feels like just somebody ramming a hot poker down the side of your leg. It's excruciating. I had the rest of the leg. I also developed something called hydrocephalus, which is fluid on the brain. It gave me terrible headaches. I would have to go every 6 weeks or so and get a spinal tap to get the fluid pulled off of my brain.
So it's not normal pressure hydrocephalus. It is high pressure hydrocephalus. So they have to actually do spinal taps on you, what we call them, and release the fluid. So did they ever offer you a shunt?
Yes, actually, that's an upcoming surgery I'll be getting. So yes. And,
people that don't know what that means is they'll actually connect a tube to one of the ventricles or one of the spaces in your brain where spinal fluid accumulates, and they'll tunnel it under the skin down to your abdomen, and it will allow the pressure to push that fluid out to stop you from getting headaches and also to stop neurological problems from developing. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to kind of clarify.
No problem. No. And I'm excited about it, but I've got to get a couple other things done first. So.
Wow.
And also, another big thing, is I started swelling a lot. and as I aged, and I never knew why. They did all kinds of testing, could never give me a real answer. So, when I got back on my feet in my mid-20s, I tried diet after diet. And I'm with you guys every Monday and Thursday, and something that you always say is diets don't work. And they really, really don't. And the big thing, with all these little fad diets is that they all require a tremendous amount of exercise, and we should do exercise regardless. But when you're in a position of a chronic pain patient, you are very limited as to what you can do. And the heavier you are, I mean, it's a snowball effect,
And it's very depressing too, isn't it?
I can't even tell you how depressing it is.
I got to tell you, I'm looking at you and I see the depression in your eyes. I mean, you've dealt with depression for a long time.
I have, but things are much better than they used to be. Trust me, much better. So,
Missy, sweetheart, can I just ask you to move across, because I can literally just see one of your eyes. Just
this way?
Yes. Now we can see your lovely face.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Let me, hold on one second. I'm going to see if I can set this up.
Yeah, if you set it down, then you can be a bit more free.
Can you see me at all?
Yeah, I can see you. And if you stand, like that, then we can see all of your face. That's brilliant.
Okay, good. About the exercise and stuff with the diet after diet that I had tried, it was it was excruciating to do. I was very, very limited, but, hello, I put my phone.
That's all right. Don't worry.
There it goes. Okay. June 13th of this year, I was at my top weight, 252 pounds. I'm only 5'3", so you can imagine. I got some chest pains one evening and never had them before in my life. And they got progressively worse. And an ambulance called. I turned out I had a heart attack.
Wow. You're so young.
Right. At 42. They told me that I had congestive heart failure. And they told me straight up, you've got to change your life. Or you won't even make it a year. Just with all the health problems I have, along with now heart issues. I mean, it hit me like a Mack truck. It really did. Just to wake up, And at that point in time, my medication, and I know Dr. Gilmore will know, I don't know if others of you would understand, but I was on 200 milligrams of morphine 4 times a day.
Wow. 4 times a day. That's an amazingly huge dose of morphine.
20 years of chronic pain, doctors bumping. You trust your doctor to do what's right for you.
Right.
And, and not to mention I had oxycodone for breakthrough pain and a muscle relaxer. And so the list goes on and on, but just an outrageous amount of pain medicine.
Yeah.
And the sad part was it really wasn't helping all that much.
Yeah. And most of the pain, was it coming from your low back, or most of your pain?
Actually, most of my pain, thoracic back.
Upper back, because of the scoliosis and okay, all right, yeah.
And then that reflex sympathy dystrophy was awful. Also, the neuropathic pain, the hot burning pain, and then the pressure on the brain was really awful.
Well, bless your heart, you've had a lot of this. Wow.
It's a lot. Yeah.
It is a lot.
Positive when you're, So it seems like one thing after another. But the doctor,
I feel like a wimp because I just have my little neck pain. Listening to your story is like, wow, it makes me feel blessed.
I'm with you, though. It could be worse. It could be worse.
Yeah.
I love your attitude.
It's you're really inspiring because, here you are, you've got a smile on your face and what you've been through. I mean, everything that, I hope your kidneys and your liver work well because everything else is breaking down. Bless your heart.
I do have my liver checked every 6 months. My enzymes are okay, but my kidney is, when I had that heart attack, they said it was a little low functioning. So I'm not sure. Pardon me. But that's when I really started doing a lot of research on what I could do to really change my life. And that's, I started the vegetarian because I love cheese. And I love bread, and I love pasta. And
you find comfort in you find comfort in eating, right?
Absolutely, I love food. Food loves me.
Yeah,
we love each other. And yeah, I really feel like I've really found comfort in it for years because I wasn't mobile. That's really what I could do. Something that I enjoyed was eating.
And so you fell for the big myth. I call it one of the big myths of being thinner and of weight loss. And you felt probably at some point that you couldn't lose weight because you couldn't exercise. And I think that's a trap a lot of people fall into. And they feel like they can't exercise, so they can't lose weight. When in fact, as you've probably learned, exercise is not a necessary part of being healthy and being thinner. It is an option for some people, but it's not an option for me and you. I can't exercise because I've got plastic where I should have bone in my neck, and you can't exercise because you've got 10 times the medical problems that I have. So tell us more about where you've come now.
Okay, well, 13 of my vertebrae are fused, so yeah, it does really limit me. But now, let's see, 4 months in, I am 48 pounds down. So that's huge.
Wait. Okay, 4 months in, what changes specifically did you make? That's huge. 48 pounds is huge.
Yeah. So specifically, I began by cutting out red meat. Then, yes, initially, and soda, because those were my big addictions. So I let those go initially. And let me tell you, the hold caffeine can have on you is outrageous. I thought I was dying for 2 weeks. It was awful. But once I got past it, I was starting to feel better. Then I eliminated pork and chicken and fish. That wasn't too hard for me to do. I cut way back. I started really watching, obviously needing to be on a heart healthy diet. I had to really start watching my salt intake, as well as my sugar. So those were things I was watching due to the heart attack anyway. And, research. I'm a big animal activist and really just seeing how the treatment of animals and really learning that we don't need them in our diet whatsoever to lead a healthy life. I really never knew that. I mean, I don't know. I never knew that. I always thought that was where you got your protein and,
This is a huge falsehood that's out there that you have to have animal products for protein. That's simply not true.
Right. And so I had a friend that is vegan, and she really helped me tremendously. She gave me some great websites to go to, like Forks Over Knives, and I started following some really good bloggers like the Minimalist Baker and Vegan Yak Attack. They're amazing. They have they're great for beginners in particular. I mean, give you a breakdown of what to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, specifically exactly what to put in it. And I needed that because I'm not a cook. And that was the hardest part was what do I eat? Just tell me what to eat. I'll eat it. Right. Just to get better. Just tell me what to eat. I'm making mistakes, obviously eating the wrong thing, or I'm putting, one thing on my sandwich that's making it worse. But, and I needed like basically a set of rules, and so after I got rid of all the meat and the sugary drinks, and got past the caffeine, I started, doing the smoothies in the morning. I do eat a lot of fruit, like Sue's last guest. I've never liked vegetables, believe it or not. But then again, I really never played with them to the point to figure out what I like.
Did you always have like cooked vegetables, or did you ever really experiment with raw vegetables much?
I'm experimenting with them a lot more now.
Okay. Yeah.
But usually cooked, for the longest time. And, I discovered I liked kale a lot, and, where I could get my proteins from the dark leafy greens and, the nuts and such like that.
And that's a good thing too about eating a whole food plant-based diet is you don't have to worry about the protein. You don't have to eat specifically for protein because every one of your vegetables, every one of your fruits, all of your nuts, all of the seeds, they all have protein. It's just we're not taught to think about those being whole foods as being adequate. Like you said, you thought the same thing that I thought, that you had to eat the animal products. It's just not necessary. Yeah, go on. I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm just so excited to hear your story because this is the message I want everybody to get.
It's exactly what we're talking about.
This is what we're doing. This is
Why
and
we're
here you
here.
are 4 months into it. I'm only 8 or 9 months. Sue's a month ahead of me. I mean, we're all new at this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I always say I'm a baby vegan because I'm still learning. I'm still making mistakes, which you're going to make. Right. And you're going to slip up sometimes, and that's okay. I stopped beating myself up so badly about it because I really, really would be very hard on myself.
Well done.
Also, a big thing for me, too, that I started about 6 months ago when I had my heart attack was probiotics, and I swear by them now. I think it's super important to take a probiotic to make sure that it actually will make its way through your entire gut. So many just stop at your stomach, and they're useless and a waste of money. Another big thing with my probiotics, I always make sure that they have the digestive enzymes in them. They're so important because each of them work for a certain, certain thing, whether it's carbs or protein, work in conjunction with.
Right.
And that has helped tremendously get my gut straight and my energy. And let me tell you, I notice when I miss. If your gut isn't healthy, you're not healthy. I mean, your gut is so much, and I just never realized to the point that it really does affect you,
A lot of my reading and a lot of my studying is showing that there are different bacteria that we develop in our gut if we are vegan. If we don't eat any animal products, then the bacteria that our body has been keeping to digest the protein from animals will go away. Those bacteria will die off and it'll be replaced eventually by bacteria that are much more favorable for a vegan diet. Now, by using a probiotic, you probably get there faster. And probably had I done that, it would have been an easier transition for me. But now that I've been months into it, I don't feel the necessity for that. However, I'm not anti-probiotic either. So if you find they're helping you, then by all means, they're great, and especially if you get a good one. And I will completely agree. You do have to be careful because quality definitely matters in the probiotic world. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally spot on there.
So, basically, now I've got it down pat, my, diet. This is also a big thing that I think a lot of people are missing is the education, with becoming a vegan and living that lifestyle is, there were so many things I didn't know about the proteins and just, didn't need the exercise. Of course, exercise is great for you. And, do it if you can, absolutely. But when you're limited, I never knew that I'd be able to take this weight off without running a mile outside. I thought
Isn't that amazing? That's amazing, isn't it? It really is. Don't you feel better?
Oh my God. I'm so angry that I'm just now finding out, and, all these medical things have gone wrong and that I can't cure.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot better. So, and that was the big thing that I really wanted people to understand is now my medication as of today has been cut in half.
Wow. That's amazing.
Wow.
That really is.
4 months.
And you're not suffering though, are you? You're not letting yourself suffer in pain, right?
No. I'm in a livable amount.
Mm-hmm.
Some days are worse than others. I'm not going to say that I don't have bad days because I do. And some days are worse than others. But they're getting so strict anyway with that type of medication.
Oh, sure.
It was going to come down whether I wanted it to or not. So I thought, how do I make the best of this and changing my lifestyle? And so, yes, now it's down to 100 milligrams 4 times a day, which is still a huge dose.
Oh, yeah, it's still a big dose, no doubt about it. But I mean, you've improved so much. May I ask more about your diet? Because I'm curious where you are with dairy, because you haven't mentioned dairy yet.
Oh, yes. I gave up milk first, and then I went to eggs, and cheese was the last thing that I gave up. And not going to lie, I've cheated every once in a while here and there, but I have gone now a full 30 days with no dairy.
Yes! Yes, that is fantastic.
Woo!
That is fantastic.
It is.
Isn't it?
That really is. That's outstanding. Because a lot of people, they don't understand how important it is to cut that dairy out because it's really, really bad for you. It is. It's just terrible for you. So awesome. So the weight that you gave us earlier, is that your current weight or was that your weight before?
252 was my highest weight. I'm 48 pounds down, so I'm at 204. I'm waiting to break that 200 mark. I haven't broke it in 15 years, 10, 15 years. It's been a long time, so I'm almost there, but I've got a lot more to go, My weight is down. My fluid on my legs, almost gone. I used to have it every day. Now, once in a blue moon. Fluid's down. Arthritis pain is less. My bursitis isn't as inflamed anymore because I don't have all that weight on my hips like I did. I still have weight on me, but not near what it was. So that's helped due to the.
But you cut out a major source of pro-inflammatory products. You stopped putting stuff in your body that causes inflammation too.
Yeah.
So yes, getting the weight off is helpful, but the fact that you're not poisoning yourself with a pro-inflammatory protein all day long is going to help too. And that may be part of the reason why you're not needing as much pain medicine.
That's very possible. My headaches have also subsided due to it. I'm getting less injections, cortisone or blocks. Because the pain isn't as profound. And I remember just counting down the days to get there because it was hurting so bad. But changing your eating, I never knew that changing your lifestyle like this could have such an effect. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because I always say I have terrible willpower and this, that, and the other. But man, I'm a new person and I still have room to grow, and I'm excited to get the weight off. I'm excited to actually live the second half of my life healthy and happy instead of depressed and hurting all the time. It's so depressing. It's so depressing. But I'm getting there.
Well, I think you're doing a fantastic job, and I'm just so proud of the effort that you've made and the fact that you decided to take some of your health issues into your own hands. And that you're eating with a purpose now, as opposed to just whatever was there, or just eating what that the TV commercials said that you should eat, and you're really eating with a purpose and a healthy purpose. Your story is really very remarkable, and you're very rare. Your ability to do this, despite what society is telling us, is just amazing. You really have a really tremendous spirit about you. I can see that, and I think that you're really inspiring some people right now. You're inspiring me. You're inspiring Sue, I'm sure, and you're inspiring a lot of other people. And I really think that if you continue with this, and it is a lifestyle change, and you're approaching it the right way. If you continue doing this, I think that you'll come back later and you'll tell us when you hit that 100-pound weight loss, because you're on the pathway. And for you, your ideal weight at 5'5" is still another 50 pounds down or more, and you can get there. Yeah, 153 is that, or 130? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm at 5'3", not 5'5".
Oh, I thought you said 5'5", 5'3". So yeah, your ideal weight. We can't count the metal rods and all that, right? I mean,
They're gone.
Oh yeah, now you're just fused. But I mean, the fact is you're headed in the right direction, and if you maintain your effort and your and your enthusiasm, and you continue to work on the fresh fruits and vegetables, and you know, you're going to really feel so much better. And I wouldn't be surprised to hear you know, down the line that you're on a very much lower even than you are now pain medication regimen, and that your body will begin to heal itself even more. And so your story is absolutely amazing. So congratulations to you. And if you need help, if you need support, you know, you come here. We're going to be here. We're going to continue doing this. And there's a lot of us that are changing our lives, making ourselves healthier just by what we're eating. And you're an inspiration to all of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was so sweet of you to say.
That's true.
Oh, absolutely. I've tears in my eyes. I'm mopping my eyes earlier. And there are literally scores of comments about how inspirational what you've said has been. I mean, that literally is hands down proof. You were like that, and you've made it go away. And you're on a mission because you want, well, like you said, I'm looking forward to living the next half of my life healthy and happy and not depressed. Right. And this thing, when you say you don't have willpower, you got what's called a kind of a wake-up call that made you kind of have to do something because the alternative was just not an option, you know. Right. And when you make this a habit, it isn't, you don't need willpower anymore because it becomes a habit. You probably don't want to eat meat. You know, very soon you won't even want to, you won't even think about cheese. Obviously he's a bit of an exception to that one.
I might still think of cheese.
Yeah, but do you know what? I'm going to do a cheese, vegan cheese recipe actually. That's the next thing I'm going to do. I would have done it today, but I'm fasting today, so I thought I wouldn't be able to go, it's tasty. And I was like, right. Okay, I'll do that video tomorrow. But yeah, I'll do that because, I mean, the vegan cheeses, I think they're fantastic. I've cut cheese out of my life, actually, I keep saying 3 years, but almost 4 years ago. And when I went vegan, I brought vegan cheese back in. So I'm just like, da-da-da, grate it on, also melt it over vegetables. And, you know, I really love it. I really, really love it. And I know that what I'm putting in my body is good for me. So it feels okay. And you've got the added thing about the animals for you as well. So there's another little tick in your head that, you know, I'm not eating that cheese because that dairy cow had to go through that and this happened to her calf and that's why I'm eating this cheese. So you've got yet another thing. But the best thing is that you're taking control of your health, you're taking charge of it, and you literally, food is fuel. It's not a treat, it's fuel. Your life is the treat. The food is the fuel. And I think we've illustrated, you know, the benefits so brilliantly and so courageous. Absolutely just fantastic. And when you go back and have a look at the live chat, you'll see there's been loads of, you know, lovely comments about your journey and your story. So do go and enjoy those when we finish up.
Well, I would like to thank you guys. Time every Monday and Thursday to do this. I know it's late where you're at, Sue, and Dr. G, you're a doctor. I mean, you're busy. You're a busy guy. And taking the time to sit with us and educate us and answer our questions is, honestly, it has really helped me a lot, and it meant a lot to me. And I feel sometimes very discouraged and frustrated. And by the time you guys come on a Monday or Thursday, oh, thank you God, I got another day in, you know, like with the fasting or whatever. So you're going to get discouraged, but having a support system is so important. I love my family, but they think I'm crazy. eating only, rabbit food, and is what they call it, rabbit food.
You're crazy. I mean, obviously, we're all crazy, but we're crazy in a good way, right? Because we're standing up for what we believe in. Your reasons for doing this are somewhat, unique to you. My reasons were unique to me, and I mean, nobody wants to see an animal abused. Nobody wants to see an animal mistreated. And I love animals. I have fish. I have dog. We've had cats. I mean, we've had chickens. I mean, nobody wants to see it. But that's not my motivation, to be honest with you. I know there are a lot of people out there that they really just don't want to see an animal lose its life for any reason. And I'm not in that category, okay? But I don't want to see an animal mistreated. And frankly, I think some people want to eat meat and they make but what I want is for people to make an educated decision. I want people to understand that they have an option. And for me, that option is I want to be as healthy as I can be, because I don't want to spend the next half of my life being any sicker than I have to be. So, that's where my motivation is. So when people say, well, you wear leather, you're a hypocrite. Well, I'm not against, the proper use of animals, but I think that I respect your opinion. I mean, I do. I respect your opinion. It just doesn't bother me the fact that we raise animals for consumption, as long as it's done right, it's done humanely. I don't have a problem with that. But I know that there are some people that say you shouldn't eat animals at all ever. They should never have to be eaten. And I just, that's not where I am. But I respect other people's opinions and their right to have them. And if you have a moral objection to the killing of an animal for its meat, well, you have a right to that opinion. I just politely disagree and move on. But I do know that I didn't know that I didn't need meat. And that's the thing that really shocked me, is I didn't understand that I didn't need to eat, and learning things like, for all these years I've been telling women to drink milk and to eat dairy so that they would have stronger bones when they got older. I was wrong. That's the more milk you drink, the more likely you are to develop osteoporosis. And that's a fact that you're not going to hear from the American dairy industry. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to tell you to drink milk for strong bones and teeth, and it's a lie, and they know it's a lie.
I wish I could show you my upper back, because I already have a very distinct hunchback up at the top. And my neck kind of protrudes out of my chest at an angle. I mean, it's bad. It's what you see an 85-year-old woman with.
Right.
And, I wonder if a lot of that doesn't have to do with drinking dairy my entire life. I mean,
I would think at your age it's probably more to do with your kyphoscoliosis, with the deformity that you've had to deal with. Usually we see the osteoporosis, the hunch and all that, usually that shows up in later years. But the fact that you're making a change now is probably going to positively benefit your health. I do have one other question for you regarding your pain management, doctor. Does your pain management physician understand that you have the hydrocephalus issue?
Yes, he does.
Because that's awfully brave to give you steroids knowing that.
Really?
Yeah, because typically if you have hydrocephalus, steroids can lead to an increased buildup of fluid. So I found that a little bit shocking. I have a few patients. I've got one patient in particular who has hydrocephalus, and she has a shunt. But when I treat her, I can never give her steroids because it can dramatically affect the amount of cerebrospinal fluid in her body. So we're always careful to avoid that. And I'm just surprised to hear that if they're doing the injections that they're giving you the steroids knowing that. Have you discussed that with your neurosurgeon? Just curious here. I realize it's off topic.
No, actually, my pain doctor and neurosurgeon went to school together and they're friends, and so they share my file anyway. So they both know. Yeah, I'm not really sure. We always get caught up between a rock and a hard place with this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like, let's put in, like they wanted to put in the spinal stimulator. Oh, wait, that's not going to work because you have fluid on and off your back and it's going to, adjust how it fits. And let's put in a pain pump. Can't do that because the shunt's going to flush the medicine right out. And, it's always something. So I guess you kind of weigh.
There's always a negative side to everything, right?
Right.
So I was just curious about that, how they had reconciled that. So they're in contact, and they both know. As long as they're monitoring you, it's probably less concerning. But I think at some point when you get the shunt, if you still need it, I'd be very interested to find out that your hydrocephalus didn't improve with your diet. I would be interested to know that. I suspect it might, because we don't really understand a lot about hydrocephalus. And I think it very likely could have some relationship to some people's diets, and others probably not. So I'm curious if it affects your condition. Maybe in the future you can let us know if it does.
I will. My neuro-ophthalmologist, funny you said that, my eyesight has declined tremendously since the hydrocephalus.
Yeah.
I mean, tremendously.
Yeah.
But she swears up and down, keep getting that weight off, you will see that this is going to fix itself. She absolutely believes that taking the weight off will absolutely help the fluid on the brain and the spine. So we'll see.
We'll see, yeah. Very interesting. Okay. Well, terrific. Well, I appreciate you coming on. I know we're coming up on an hour. Do you mind if we go longer? Do y'all care? So I think what we want to do is probably take a break here, Sue, don't we? Do we want to do that for people that
mind a quick bathroom break. I've got 25 lovelies still on here. I've got a load of, there's been a lot of chatting on here. Could you please put your questions in capitals?
Well, let's do this. Let's sign off, and then we'll do a part 2 for people that want to watch. So they don't have to wade through 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to do that? You want to sign off, and we'll do a part 2?
Yeah. So we're going to be back in about 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Chrissy. That was just
you're awesome.
amazing.
We hope to hear more from you. Absolutely.
Please, if you have any low moments, just message me, won't you? PM me if you need some of my rocket fuel. It's there for you in spades. Okay, darling?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And we'll do a part 2 and be back in a few minutes, guys.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
Bye.